All right, and we're live. Gonna go around with this. There, that should be a little better. There we go. All right, that should the microphone should be less cut offy. Because I put a little gate on it, but I noticed yesterday that it was a little too strong, so I just adjusted that. Going to let the Discord know I'm live. You come join. So the plan for today is to continue on with exactly where we left off last time. I'm going to deploy that mini message board app. And then after that, we're going to go into forms and data handling and then installing and using Postgres. How's it going, Casey? Welcome. Hope you've had a good Sunday. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cancel tomorrow night's stream only because life stuff came up, so I'm going to have to cancel that. But I'll move it to Friday. So the number of streams isn't going to change. There's just going to be a 2-day break, unfortunately. I didn't want it to be true, but you know, it's the way it is. We have some maintenance people coming over tomorrow, and I can't. They can't change the time, and it is what it is. So pretty decent. I got some orders for websites templates. Nice. That's awesome. So you're freelancing then? That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll be away tomorrow and Tuesday. Tuesday, the girlfriend and I are seeing a movie, so I won't be around either that evening. And then Wednesday I'll be back. You freelance, nice. I might ask you about how to get into that because I want to start freelancing, like not yet, but like maybe within the next 3 to 6 months. I wanna figure out. Oh, it's the new Backrooms movie. We're seeing the new Backrooms movie. No, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I want to get into freelancing. I want to know how that works because I would like to make some side income. You're watching it soon too, nice. I've heard it's decent, so I'm looking forward to it. You got you, of course. Thank you, because I want to figure out how to do that. I don't feel like I'm ready yet, but I'm close. I feel like in a couple months I'll be ready to start freelancing. Plus, I have a little platform built up, so you know, I can leverage that a little bit as well. Just because, yeah, I mean, like my day job's fine, but I want to do something on the side as well. So make some more cash, and you know, also practice my craft, right, at the same time. TBHC sounds crazy, but I do buy large amounts of data on companies without a website or currently seeking also ones that are certain businesses like food tech. Nice, that's awesome. So that's just to like, is that for like finding clients specifically? Okay, so let's see. Databases. So this would be inside of another instance, I would assume. The data cost me like nothing, $1 or $2 for 1,000 businesses. Nice, that's cool. So that's more for like selling yourself then. Yeah, it would give me location, email if there's a website. That's cool. What's your conversion rate like for your advert? Like, so when you advertise out, like what's the percentage that actually like turn into clients? I'm genuinely just curious because I have no idea. I would guess somewhere around like 1%, but I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know. Okay. Peace of mind, forwards can't be okay, yeah. So this is good. So there's has some DB security out of the box. I wouldn't exactly, but honest one, yeah, that's fair. I just wasn't sure if you were tracking it. 1% sounds about right to me. I know that's generally true for MSPs when they're trying to sell their product. Automated emails by mail provider has an option for it. Nice. That's cool. domain names. This is true on Cloudflare as well. So, okay, so they give you a random domain name will always be yours. Generates random ones for your app, or you can attach purchased domain names. There was people coming to me. I just posted on a bunch of freelancer websites. I'm also in local groups of businesses and message people, make a post on my service. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just like bad at I don't know. I feel like I feel like I don't have enough stuff to sell yet, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'll get there at some point. Plus, I mean, I have this YouTube platform built up. It's like, you know, I've got like almost 1,300 subscribers, so that's not nothing either. So I don't know. I'm just exploring my options. Only because, again, I don't know. It would be nice to supplement my income. Rent is expensive. I just, you know, I want to contribute more to my savings and stuff like this. But yeah. All right. Was once the simplest decision. Heroku had a free tier. Okay, I see. You can host most of your projects for free using a combination of the different providers you recommend, but you'll have a bit more legwork to do. Okay, so railway.app. You get free one-time grant of $5 and their free trial, and their applications are never put to sleep. So this isn't free, I guess. Of course, once you do it, set up a dev page, and I'll even buy a cheap website off you to post on your portfolio. Oh, nice. Awesome. I appreciate that, Casey. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I think my plan after the Odin project is to do a couple small projects and then work on my portfolio. Like a couple free open source projects. Like I want to make a Pomodoro app and then maybe something else as well. I don't know what one's the better for this. So they have a free plan, 750 hours of free usage per month. That seems reasonable to me. It was actually so hard to get a startup on freelance web development. Oh, really? Like just to get started on it. Yeah, I believe it. Because like you have to, the thing is like, I feel like unless you're going like stooping to like the bottom of the barrel, like with like Fiverr or something, then like people aren't going to trust you. You don't have like notoriety. Although with me, I have a little bit of, I guess, trust because I have the YouTube channel. So I can show people like, hey, this is all the work that I've done, you know, it's kind of like visually there. But I mean, I don't know how useful that'll be. That's totally chill. Actually, my girlfriend's stepdad's starting a business, so I'm actually going to, well, he's doing a side business, so I might actually leverage that, and he thinks he likes what the kind of stuff that I do. So yeah, yeah, totally. So I'm in kind of talks with him about that. Not sure the timeline or like what his timeline is, but it's related to the transportation industry, so it'll be kind of interesting. What's cooking today? We're gonna deploy that. We're gonna deploy that app that we made yesterday, Innovation, the message board thing, just to practice deployment on a platform as a service. Have you ever said somebody join your stream and if they ask if they can make them, if you can make them a website? Maybe once or twice, but honestly, not that I can remember. Like maybe. I honestly don't remember any standouts. Okay, let's see. I'm just kind of like skimming this. Debugging and troubleshooting deployments. Node version on deployment. Yeah, build logs. Okay, so I think the first thing we should try to do with our with this is try to actually build this project. TikTok is the best. Oh, I was learning about PASS recently. This stuff like Vercel. Well, it's like Vercel. They list a bunch here too, like Cloudflare pages, I think, for SPAs. But like these are for like full stack apps. Like there's Render and Railway and all these other ones. TikTok's the best platform if you want to get people. I have a friend that reviews websites on TikTok, and they put people come to try and hire him. Oh, nice. Honestly, I don't use TikTok, but maybe if I, because like I find it like cancer a little bit. But no, I get it. I get it. It has a lot of reach. It's under a lot, including like cloud storage platforms, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's basically the way that I think of PaaS is like, because I work with infrastructure as a service with work, which is like Azure, AWS, where it's kind of like no tools included, right? No batteries included, in the sense that you have to set up your own VMs, your own containers, your own DevOps pipelines, whereas platform as a service kind of comes with those DevOps pipelines already configured. That's kind of my understanding of what it is. I kind of like Bass, a pretty interface over things that you should probably know about. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know what Bass stands for. It's like a preset package for it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm just like getting started with this stuff. All right, so let's do. Do I even have a build command specified? No, I don't. I do not have a build script. I forgot what the default. I forget what the default command is for this. I don't know if it'll run because I don't know if it's default already in here. Because I don't have the script for run build. Default command node. Firebase? Ooh, true. Backend as a service. Oh, I see. Got you. If I feel like all these products exist so web bros don't have to do anything server related, yeah. That was the same link we clicked on. I just forget what the run build command is to build node. Let's see. Build node express projects. I'm just dumb. I forget what it is. Because I've built because the thing is the build commands come with React, so I haven't had to think about this in a while. Do. Okay, that's easy. Okay, I want to build it though. Doesn't say it. Okay, well, I want to build it, bro. Where's the build? npm run all clean lint tsc copy assets parcel. All right, man. I'll pop back in soon once I'm finished doing some work. Yeah, no worries. Casey. Sorry, I almost said just reading off of your name. I'm used to reading people's names. Yeah, no worries. I feel yeah. Sorry, I read that. Let's see. Parcel build source public main. Okay, so using parcel. Interesting. I don't know if I trust this. So we have to do is this a view? Is this Vue.js? What is this? TypeScript to build a node API with Express. Yeah, no, that's fine. Postgres database. This is like a whole ass tutorial, man. Yeah, I don't know if I trust these build commands. I guess it doesn't really tell me how to build it, does it? Let's see. Express API starter TS. Okay. I don't know what this is. pm install. Oh, that's just a template. That's not what I want. Express generator TypeScript. Okay. Do you have any script in your package JSON? It should be something like start node. No, I don't. I just have the script here, the test script. Man. How to build. Compile, maybe? I don't know. Deploy. Start node server. Yeah, I wish that Odin gave me a little bit more guidance on this, because I think deploying a backend is a little bit different than a front end, obviously, right? So let's first of all like find an app to use. Okay, so 70, 150 free hour. That render sounds pretty good to me. Okay, so I'm gonna use this render tool. So I'm gonna get started on this guy. I'm gonna do it on a separate screen just so I don't accidentally leak anything. Which I don't think I will, but you know. Let's see. What do I want to do? Background workers, private services, static sites. It wouldn't really be a static site. Dynamic web app, idea for full stack. So it'd be a web service, I guess. Okay, so GitHub. All right. Oh, now I have to verify my freaking GitHub here. That's a freaking long 2 auth. There we go. Good. And then it would be Odin mini message board. Yeah, so source is the root directory. We don't have a Docker file path. Okay, so let's go through this then. I don't think this is leaking anything. I don't really think there's any sensitive information on here. Your lifetime has changed, I guess. And what are you doing today? I am learning more backend concepts. Who's that here? My lifetime, if you want to know when I go live, I post that to my Discord. So my lifetime does change day by day. Just because I have a varied schedule. Okay, so we have our mini message board here. Maybe I don't need to define a command. We have no environment variables. We have no secret files. We have no Docker, nothing like this. I don't know if maybe it includes the building for me. Oh, wait, language. Choose the runtime environment. It's Node, actually. That's what I want. Okay, build command. Yeah, see, okay, so there's a build command. But I don't know if I use yarn. I don't think I use yarn. I mean, maybe it just works. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yarn versus npm. So no, yarn's another package manager. Is it not a package manager? You take away yarn and npm are both popular. Yeah. Okay. So can you use yarn in lieu of npm? I don't think so. I think I actually need to use npm. But I don't know how to like. Yeah, because I don't think this will work. I don't think this will just work. Region, let's do US East. That's closest to me. Yeah, I don't think this will work. I don't know, actually. I genuinely don't know. I guess I could just give it a shot and see if it errors out. Okay. I genuinely don't know if this is going to work. Because we don't have yarn technically on our... Yeah. That's what I thought. No lock file, yeah. Uploading build. Oh, did it work? Oh. Really? Okay, so this is the URL then. Uh-oh. Start not found. That's not good. Yarn start. I wonder if it would just be our general npx tsx watch. I think that would probably be. That's probably what we need to do. So how can we edit this guy? Can I edit this? No. Production, maybe. No. Connect, no. Manual deploy. Is there a way to edit the manage environment? Don't know how to do this. Oh, maybe maybe here? No. Settings? Ah, here we go. Okay, is this not going to let me edit this? Ah, it is, okay. So build command, this is what we need to change. Maybe this will work. Because we need to use this command instead to actually start it. We'll figure this out. So the build worked, the starting just didn't work. Okay, so that was good. So build should be successful. Good. Okay, now's the start. We'll find out if this works. We will find out. Okay, running npx tsx. Okay, cool. I don't know if this will work or not. I genuinely don't know. It says it's listening, but I don't know. We'll find out. Because maybe this. Okay, so it has a port. Oh, new primary port detected. Restarting deploy to update network configuration. Running npx. Okay, so it changed the port. So the default port was wrong. Okay, that's fine. It looks like it had some other port defined or something. All right. Oh, nice. That actually did work. Cool. All right, so this shit is on the internet. Yo, how's it going, Jay? Perfect timing. I got it. I got this deployed. So you can go to this URL, and you can use the shitty message app thing that I made. So there you go. All right. Sorry, that was loud. So that's good. Okay. So what else do we want to do? Post it in chat? Yeah, just a sec. I got you. Whoops. What the fuck? Why didn't I? Oh, because I was using Linux earlier, so I had the wrong. I was doing Control-C, not Command-C. There we go. Okay. There you go. You can you can check it out there. It's really bad, but it works. It does what it should. Okay. So that's good. What else was there? So eventually the goal is to not do this. I want to learn basic DevOps stuff. So I want to not have to rely on platforms as much going forward. That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the URL is whatever, but you know. Okay, one final tip. If something is broken in your latest deployment after successful deployments in the past, backtrack to the last working version to determine what changes you made. Get skills you've been learning. Yeah, get log and get checkout. Okay, good. Okay, so we did the deployment. So now we can go back to this guy and actually post our solution here. So let's get the live preview here, and then our GitHub repo. So here's the GitHub repo link, and we'll paste that there. Nice. Cool. So that's that done. Now I can get rid of this guy. I don't think we're gonna need that anymore. And then we'll get the Obsidian back. Okay. So deployment, and then what's the next lesson? Forms and data handling. Okay, this looks long as hell. So we're probably gonna have to do another dummy project for this, I think. This lesson will dive into HTML forms. Okay, so you know what the other thing we're gonna do is, we're gonna have to start the. We're gonna have to make a new Express file. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an Express template maybe, and then upload that to GitHub as a template. So we'll do that after the break, just so that I have that for these whatever understandings of these. Although I don't know how much longer. We're not really doing Express for much longer. Like, I guess, would this be... I guess this is just... Okay, so, alright. So we'll just set up a Node Express template, because that'll probably be useful for these lessons as well. So, that's fine. Nice. Just kind of looking ahead a little bit. The only thing is I don't want to, like, for these projects, I'm worried about using, I probably shouldn't preempt it too much, but I'm worried about, for these full stack projects, using EJS for the entire thing. Like, I'm gonna hate that. So I might look into React server components or whatever other front end that I want for that. Because that's going to suck ass. I don't really want to rely on that the EJS thing, unless maybe it's something that's used frequently, but. Yeah, based, exactly. Well, because I don't know, because I mean, you guys can like tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the EJS is like, EJS is like not frequently used anymore. Like it feels old fashioned to me. I don't know. I feel like I want to like do these projects, but I want to do them in a way that's like, so I could even like just go against the grain. I could even use something like TanStack or Next.js. I don't know. For those final projects, specifically these ones, specifically the full stack ones here. I might just like go against Odin on those, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you make the thing, and it works and it's full stack, whatever, who cares? Because I think TanStack is based on this should probably be TanStack's based on Node, right? Okay, so this is the framework. Full stack app. Oh, that's just an AI thing. Doesn't really say what frameworks. Okay, so React and Solid. Oh, though those are the front end ones. So this, I'm assuming it's Node though. It looks like a we do everything kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I've just heard good things about TanStack specifically. But I could be wrong. Start versus next. And then TanStack start is the developer first play. Optimizes for developer control and correctness. Type safety everywhere. Explicit over implicit. Yeah, because the thing with TanStack too is it has TypeScript like natively built into it, I think. But I don't fully understand what the back end is for this. Is it just Node? I don't know. Build pipeline, the runtime, minimal runtime, or is TanStack its own backend? I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm still kind of confused about what you program the backend stuff. Unless it's just kind of through these routes or whatever it is. I don't know. Node is just a runtime. It's independent of the framework. It's how I understand it. Yeah, so Express is a framework. Okay, so I see. So TanStack is... Yeah, because it's just kind of confusing. So it's not even using Node then in this case. It's using its own runtime. That's not Node. It's it's its other thing. And then I'm assuming for the back end though, it does use JavaScript as the language, right? I don't know. This stuff's kind of just confusing to me as a newcomer into the space, right? But that's okay. So I'm assuming then this does have. Okay, so it does have the middleware and everything in here. So okay, so it's not even Node Express. It's it's its own thing. But is Next.js not Node Express? Maybe not. I thought for some reason Next.js used Node and Express, but maybe not. I don't know. Next.js is React. Okay, yeah. I think what I'm kind of confused about is that Next.js feels different to something like Node and Express, where I don't know. Express is a framework, but I guess it's only a backend framework for Node. I don't know. It's kind of confusing, but it's okay. So this has its own whole thing here. That's fine. Okay. You can always build your server independently and use vanilla React to make fetch calls. Yeah, I could do that. That I was thinking about that as well. So, but the only problem with that is I feel like then I would have to have two different development directories. No. Would I not have to have a whole project directory for backend and a whole project directory for front end? I feel like that would be confusing. Express is a backend routing framework. Next.js does more stuff like server components. Not sure what those are. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's stuff that I'm going to learn eventually. I just, I don't know. I'm realizing now that Node and Express are not necessarily, because Node's a runtime, but they're not necessarily tied to then an overarching framework or something like this. Oh, you can have a project folder, nest the client app in one and the server in another. Ah, okay. Is that common practice, Jay? Maybe it is. It's really just two terminal windows. Ah, okay. Yeah. So you're running from source for one. So there's two different source files then, essentially. And then so you do v at latest for the client side, and then like your Node Express for the server. Is preference? Okay, got it. I actually don't mind doing that, honestly. I don't mind doing that for the first couple of projects. Yeah, exactly. That's true innovation. Yeah, I understand that. But Express is more limited than something like Next.js or TanStack, which kind of is all encompassing. We're getting into mono repo territory, but you don't have to use that. Okay, got you. I'm not sure what mono repo means. Is that just like you have the client and the server on the same repo? I'm assuming that's what that means. Something like that. Okay. So let's see. So first a brief refresher on the actual HTML. Okay, so we create a whatever, a form. Okay. We have the HTML form element itself with an action pointing to, okay, so then, so I'm going to do basic oops. I did not copy that properly. Actually, I'll just do this. And we'll say, we'll do our notes underneath. Multiple apps in repo with shared packages. Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't like that. I do not like that. Because, well, I guess, okay, so this is my thinking. Is that then how you would, like, if you had a portfolio and you wanted to host multiple apps or whatever, you wouldn't just, like, if the apps weren't deployed on their own thing, you would kind of have those projects or whatever underneath that mono repo or whatever. Oh, you have a database package with Prisma, an auth package with Better Auth, and a React email package. Interesting. Yeah, no, these are all like things that I have not learned, but they're good to learn. Like just basic, like higher level stuff, I guess. Okay, we have an HTML form element itself with an action pointing to some resource. Action points to some resource, and the method for the HTTP call is specified. It's not a call, it's a request. And then the input name plays a key role as it defines how our input will be identified. Name in input. Oh, what the fuck? That's a special thing in freaking... What the hell? You can have input? You can just put HTML inside of... What the hell? Wait a minute. Can you put HTML just raw inside of Obsidian? What the fuck? That's so crazy. How did I not figure that out? Guys, you can just put HTML like in fucking Obsidian. What the hell? That's crazy. I never knew that. For what I'm doing right now, I want things not coupled with each other, meaning my blog website shouldn't even be aware of the servers running on, therefore a separate repo. Ah, okay, that makes sense. The apps will be related to IE share code. Okay, yeah, okay. I see, that makes sense. Mind blown. Yeah, I know, that's crazy. I might actually now put this underneath this. That I didn't even know. Guys, I've been using Obsidian for months and I didn't even realize that was a thing. That's crazy behavior. Okay. So there we go. So that's that. There we go. That's cool. You have an admin app for internal usage and marketing website for client use. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it just, again, it's stuff that like these kinds of ways of formatting projects are just I'll learn as I build more projects. And like what to do specifically in that case. In those cases. Okay, so name in inputs defines how the input's value will be identified in the request body, right? Yeah. Type submit. Whoops. On the button allows the user to upload. Out of curiosity, could you add the form and change the action URL to the live URL to see if it posts? Ooh. You mean like what do you mean? For this? For the mini message board? Do you think self-made coder thing works? Like being a self-made coder? I think so. Well, I mean, I haven't gotten there yet, but I that's kind of what I'm trying to do. That's the goal, Michael. What the fuck? Oh wait. Oh, it's turning on the fucking app. Interesting. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, I guess it turned it off because there were no requests coming in. That's interesting. Okay, let's give this a shot. Okay, so this is our URL. So then it would be slash. Well, I would need to do it here now, wouldn't I? But then it would need to be a user message submit, right? I mean, do you think you can make money out of it? I don't know. I haven't made any yet, Michael, but I'm working on it. Would I send it from here? I'm sure. Surely this doesn't work. Surely this won't actually work, like from Obsidian, or is that what you meant, Jay? Like to try it from Obsidian? I think it was /new, right? I think that was what it was. Try it. Okay. So we'll do user. Let's just update this then. User. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna copy this down. I'll put this down below. All right. Let's do this down here, and then we'll do user. I think it was new was the route. We'll do user. We'll leave the placeholder. Type text name. What was the name? Was it message name or something? Message user. ID. We'll say message user. And then message text, I think it was. This would be crazy if true. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. And then maybe we'll put a break here. Okay. Do we try this? Okay. So I'll do Ben, and then we'll do this is a test. Oh wait, it's not new. Okay, let me open up the app. Hold on. So that might have actually worked. Let's. I forget what the actual app. Let's go back to. What's the request here? Index. Oh yeah, the form. The form is action new. Oh yeah, action/new. Yeah, it is /new. Method post. Message user is the right ID. Message text is the right name for the text, and then type submit. Yeah, so this should work theoretically. but it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, it's just opening up with an error at that location. I wonder if there's some sort of like hardening underneath. Like if I type this should work. Yeah, so that worked on the actual website. Also, the interesting thing is the timestamp is presumably Greenwich Mean Time. It's not my local time, because my local time is 7:15. Oh, because it said get. You're right. Cannot get. Ah, that's true. That's true. Okay, well, you know what I could do? I could then put this code inside of... Oh, but I don't know how to, like, send... I mean, I could just make a new HTML project and see if that works. If you want to just humor this little side quest here, we can give it a go. I'm open to giving it a go here. So we can just do like a new file or something. We can just do a new file in here, like index.html, and then we can just do this, and then we can paste the form in here. Curiosity fulfilled. Oh, you're good? Okay. Well, we can do this. Let's just do this last thing here, and then see if this works. So we can go live on this. Okay, so then we can do tests. This is a test. That worked. That did work. No. That worked, though. But then it closed itself. I don't know why it closed itself. But that did work. Haha, that's cool. Literal God. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Okay. That's cool. All right. All right, so that's curiosity has indeed been fulfilled. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to what we were doing here. Okay. Now, where was the Obsidian? Here we go. Yeah, so I guess Obsidian automatically just sends get or something like this. I'm not sure. But that's okay. Keeps sensitive information out of the URL, which means they won't show up in our server logs. Okay, so host is more secure. Keeps sensitive out of the URL, which will not show up in server logs. Yeah. So the some endpoint, I should say. Which will allow the controller. So then, okay, so let me do controller handles the requests, passes any necessary data to the database and or the model, and then updates, then the view, then updates the view. Okay. Now I wonder though if I go back to this site. Oh, they stay up there. That's pretty cool. That's kind of neat. So I bet you guys could write messages on this thing and they'd actually show up. But anyway. All right. We then generate new or updated. Okay, validation and sanitization before the data. Yeah, okay, so we kind of went through this already. Data validation. Refresh. Let's try it. Let's see. It sure does. That's awesome. That's very cool. Very, very, very cool. All right. Validation ensures the user input meets the specified criteria. Yeah. User input meets specified criteria. And then sanitization is cleaning it. Cleaning data to prevent malicious data from being processed. The other thing with sanitization that we at least term in at work, sanitization is not just cleaning the data to prevent it from being, like, to prevent malicious stuff, but it's also anything that doesn't need to be stored, that's personally identifiable, like that we don't absolutely need to store, we don't store. So, like, you know, like if it's like, you know, like if there's any personally identifying stuff, we get rid of that before we store it to the database, if it doesn't need to be there. But so there's a little nuance that's missed with this, but that's okay. Yeah, so express validator. Actually, I'll say express validator library helps us with data validation and sanitization. Cool. All right, so then now we're going to build a template. So that's the next task on, oh, why did I do that? The next task for us to do. Whoops, that's the Pomodoro app. My bad. Too many windows open, guys. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And then this can go over to the other view. There we go. All right, so then we'll make a new repository. That's not what I wanted to do. So we'll say, what are we going to call it? Node express template. Basic node for simple backend projects or something. Or just, I can just say backend projects. Node. Okay. And then I want this to be a template repo. I don't know how I specify that. I think maybe I do it in the settings once I create it. Template repository. Ah, okay, I see. Okay. So I can specify that after. All right, cool. Nice. Okay, so. And then we can just open that, actually. Let's get this working. Okay, so the main is, we'll say app.js, and then type is module. Okay, and then in here we need to include these, and then this, and then npm I express npm I developer development tsx TypeScript types/node types/express. Good. And then now we do our source app.ts, and then we'll do imports express from express, const app equals express, const port is 8080, and then we'll do app.get if error, then throw error. Otherwise, console.log listening on port, right? I think that's it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So if you do npx tsx watch source /app.ts. Oops. Nice. All right. So that's good. So now we can kill that, and then we can push it. Configure basic template. Or setup, I should say. All right, there we go. Now we won't have to do this freaking process every time we want to make a new project. Okay, so we'll make this a template repository. There we go. Now we got the template done. So now I can actually follow along with the lesson. We'll just install that. Oh wait, but this is the wrong, oops. I actually don't want to do that. What was it, uninstall? Yeah. No, I want to make a new repo. Whoops, because this is just the template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this template to create a new repository, and I'm going to call it, what is it? Odin forms. Actually, you know what? I could just probably clone. Nah, actually, we'll just say Odin forms, valid forms or something. Odin, no, forms. Node forms. Practice form validation and sanitization with node with express validator for the Odin projects. And then now I can just open that. And then this should all just be working, right? So we can just do npm I, and then that'll just install our dependencies. Cool. Very good. So the thing is, I don't know where to include this stuff, but oh, whoops, wrong. How many days did you spend on tic-tac-toe projects? I don't remember. JS. Let me think. Probably 2 or 3. 2 or 3 streams, I think it was. So that would be total project time, maybe around 8 to 10 hours, give or take. I think that's how long it took me, if I remember correctly. It would take me less time now, but I was more of a beginner back then, so I would say, yeah, probably about 2 or 3 streams. I could be wrong. I could be less. I'm not 100% sure. But I think it was 2 or 3 streams. So yeah, like 8 hours-ish, give or take. So, and again, that was doing vanilla JavaScript, right? So. But yeah, let's see. Okay. Cool. Am I planning to learn Next.js? Not yet, Veda, but I don't honestly know. I need to do some more research onto these frameworks because I honestly don't know what's good and what isn't good. I've heard good things about TanStack. I've heard good things about, I know some people use Next. I've heard other frameworks exist. Right now, the focus is Node and Express. Just pure backend, learning backend concepts. So that's kind of the goal for now. But again, that yep, they should be. You can find them here. Yes. So you can see my my tic-tac-toe on there. It should be up on the deployment. I think someone told me the deployment broke. Maybe I don't remember, but either way, the code's up there. All of my projects that I do on stream, at least for learning up to this point, are public on GitHub. So, and I plan to keep it that way. Okay. First, need to require it in our project. So is this done? Is this done inside of app.ts? I wonder. Understanding the body function. Express validator comes with many functions for everybody, for every form operation you can think of, but for this lesson we'll be sticking to the body and validation results. Okay. So body function allows you to specify which fields in the request body should be validated and sanitized. Okay, so this is interesting. So we'll do, is this just as a list? Like, I'm kind of confused how this works. So is this just like this? And then we give it a name. Escaping user input. Client then inputs the following as their page is about. Contains only alphabet letters. Okay, so. Oh, because we have the okay, so we have the form here. So this is what we actually need. So we want to use this, I guess, as a view. So we can do that as a view. We need a new folder. Views, and then we can do form.ejs. And then that should be fine. Okay, and then so then we give this. We do res.render, isn't it? Res.render, and then it's form, and then we don't have any options, so I think we can just do that, and that should work. All right, Next.js is a full stack framework with many companies are shifting towards. You can write backend API endpoints, which makes it great. Yeah, I know about that, Beta. I've been seeing your stream since the past 1 week. Feels nostalgic when I was learning web dev. Cheers, brother. I appreciate that. You know, I'm trying my best here, trying to show up as much as I can and learn as much as I can. So, and again, you know, I think this is the proper way to learn development, especially in the sphere of AI. You know, so trying to learn the right way so that eventually when I may have to use AI or any other tool like that, then I can actually have software expertise. Right, so, okay, so that body, and then we'll do .trim, which removes spaces, I would assume. And then .not empty, .with message. Name cannot be empty. Whoops, sorry. Dot is alpha, which is alpha numeric characters with message. Oh, alphabet letters. Name must only contain alphabet letters. Okay, interesting. So I wonder then if this does work. Escaping user input. Well, this might work for outputs. We won't have special characters like names or ages. We also have to consider situations that do allow for these characters. For example, when writing their about me description, what would happen if the client decides to inject JavaScript code? Ah. Interesting. Okay, so then does this... Oh, okay, so it's actually, we're actually now creating another router. So I wonder then, does this work? Uh-oh, no default engine was specified. And no extension was provided. What? Oh, because of the... I forgot about that. I forgot about the path bullshit. That's why. Forgot about this setup here. App.set. Yes. Okay. So I have to do import file URL to path, and then import path from path, right? And then we can do const file name or file path is equal to file URL to path import .meta .url, I think. Then const dir path or dir name, file name, sorry, I should say, is path.dir name of file name. And then we can do our app setting here. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. EJS. Okay, now this should render properly, maybe. I think. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, and then it doesn't obviously send anything because... But if we try to submit something that has numbers in it... Oh, it doesn't actually validate it. Okay, interesting. So I don't know what this does. This just sends it to something, I don't know. Okay, so let's... I think I need to set this up differently. Interesting. So validation results. Once we have the validation rules are applied, you can use the validation result to handle any validation errors. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So let's refactor this a little. And then we'll have app.use. Well, we'll make a routers. Or no, import. And then we have a user controller. Okay. So I'm assuming this is what we want here. Constant errors. And then I'd have to import response, sorry, not result. Next function. Good, just getting the typing in here. And then next function is empty. Oh, if not. Okay, so if there is an error. If there is an error, throw 400 and render the errors. And then you can pass the errors to the router. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then if there's a success, then we res.redirect. Okay. All right, cool. Nice. Wow, this is a lot of code. Holy shit. Holy moly. Okay. Let's backstep here a little then. And then the URL encoded thing. And then app.use, whoops. Then I need to export that. I need to rename this to users order. Okay. We need to import this. I don't think I need the validator in here. And then that's fine. Okay. So that's everything in our app that we need. Okay, so then we define all these in the controller. Okay. So let's do the controller bit first. So we'll say, where's the user controller? Okay, so there it is. Exports users list get users create post. Okay, so this errors thing is not. How do we handle the errors? I guess this just validate user. Where's the error handle code? Oh, I guess it's this, huh? Okay. Damn, this is a lot of code, guys. Okay, so let's just delete this then, and then we'll just go with what they want here. So I'm gonna make this into a. I guess I can just use them as different functions, like individual functions, or is it common practice for controllers to bundle it into a class or an object? Oops. So we call the constructor this.storage. This.id is equal to 0. Oh, you know what? Actually, for this, ID is a string, and then storage is an object. Oh. I guess I can make a user type as well. First name, last name. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. What are the other things that the user has? Is it just first name and last name? Hold on. Is it just first name and last name? Is that all we're storing? I guess it is. Okay, so that's fine. So just first name and last name. And we could also put age for fun. Why not? Okay, so we have your storage, which is actually a user type. So I can actually call this user data. As user type. Is an object containing users though. I wonder if I want to make this as a list actually. I'm refactoring this how I want it to be, I think. Because I want it to be a certain way. Okay, so then how do they have this? They have an add user function, get users, get user. So I can just do add user. They have get users, get all users, I should say, maybe. And then get user with an ID as a string. Oh, and then for ID, we'll do crypto.random UUID as well. And then we'll do update user with the ID and the new user data as a user type, right? And then we'll delete user. And the other thing is for the deletion, I guess we can just use a find method, that's fine. I guess, or delete, I guess just delete works. Does that work for arrays? I don't know. Okay. So add user would be new user. I'm going to do an export type on this as well, because we're probably going to want to be able to reference this type outside of this file. Right, I would think. Const ID is this ID. Oh wait, hold on, this is an ID for the user storage. Okay. So each user doesn't have an ID. Right? Oh, this is gross actually. You know what? No. Let's attach the ID to the user. That's bullshit. This user storage does not need its own ID. So what we'll do is we'll say actually we'll abstract this out. We'll say first name, last name, and age. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll create a new user entry. So we'll do user data dot and push, and then we'll say that ID is crypto dot get random UUID or random UUID. Wait a second. Yeah, ID first name is first name, last name's last name, and age is age. That should be fine. And then this just returns this dot user data. Get user, return this dot user data dot find user. User dot ID is equal to ID. You update user, and then we'll do ID, and then we'll actually pass in all of the other attributes. The only problem is you have to update every one of these. So you know what we'll do is we'll make all these optional, except for the ID, and then we'll say if, or actually we can do this cleverly here. We can do, is we can say const current user equals this as well, equals this dot get user of ID, and then we can basically delete the current user and then push it. So we can delete the current user in the list and then generate a new user and then push that on the back end, because I don't really want to modify the list directly. I want to just create a new entry, I think. So we'll say if ID. Dot. And then we'll just say user.id is not equal to ID. Okay, all right, cool. All right, so another 5-minute break. I'm just gonna do this update user here. I'm kind of going off, like this is, I'm not really copying this verbatim because I wanna do this kind of my own way. What was the other things it wanted us to add here? Email, age, bio. Oh, okay, I see. We can just add these fields as well. We'll say number, email, and then bio is a string as well. Oh, then these are all going to be wrong, aren't they? And then we'll update this just quickly. Okay. All right. Cool. Now, for the updating user, I need to do that as well. I need to add those fields in here, those extra fields. Neat. All right, so I'm gonna take a little 1-minute break just to go to the washroom, and I will be right back. So see you in a minute. All right, I'm back. So, cool. You're working on a script for your business class. It's on Live Nation's antitrust lawsuit. Interesting. I honestly, is that because like antitrust laws in the states are being ignored or something? Which wouldn't surprise me because of like the AI bullshittery that's happening. I don't know. I do know a bit about antitrust stuff. I just don't know exactly what that lawsuit is specifically. I guess, but that's cool. Yeah, you can't do that. The whole Gilded Age and you know, venues, ticket vendors, event artists, or even artists. I see. Interesting. Yeah, no. The whole what was that like president? I forget what president implemented those laws, but it was in like the late 1800s, I think. I want to say like Grover Cleveland or something. One of those dudes, one of those old guys from back then. I don't know. I know a little bit about American history, but I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to it. Okay. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I was finishing this, right? So we can add our other optional fields here. String, and then we'll do bio as string, and then what we'll do is we'll update the user. So what we'll do is we'll say, we'll first delete, so we'll get the current user here, and then we'll update the current user fields. So, okay, so get user returns user type or undefined, yeah. What next step do you recommend after learning syntax? Like syntax for which? Cognitive? Or drift? Maybe I should call you drift. That's a little shorter. Hold on, my chair is slipping. I need to get back on my carpet here. There we go. Okay, where was I? Okay, so I need to delete, I need to update the fields first of all. Which I don't know how to do that conveniently. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do it like this. Okay. And then I can do this. I can construct a new user. And then for each field, I can say first name is first name or current user dot first name if it's not updated. And then duplicate this for all the fields. This is fancy schmancy stuff. For Python, I would say just figure out, like, find some project to build. Like, doesn't matter what it is, but like come up with something to build and then just do it. That's my recommendation. First name, last name. The only problem is this might not be defined. current user dot email and then current user dot bio. Although I don't know why these wouldn't necessarily be defined within this should be like definable. What? Like, what's the problem here? Oh, current user. Oh, okay, I see. So what we can say is we can say if current user wait, what's the problem? Oh, because these are all right, yeah. What was the email? Email, and then bio. Const updated user. Okay. So and then otherwise we'll say return null or something if there's nothing to update. And then we'll return the updated user if once we update them. And then what we'll do is we'll say add user. Oh, you know what, actually? This might actually be easier to do it this way. We don't even need to make a new object. We can just do it like this. Oh, the only problem is we need to keep the ID, right? We need to keep the ID. So what we'll do is we'll say ID as a string, and then we can make the ID. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. Required. It can't follow an optional. That's fair. We'll just add keep ID, or we'll just say ID. Okay. Then we'll just add that ID to the end here. This is kind of a hack a little bit. And then so we add the user and then return. Well, actually, we'll just return Boolean. We'll return false if it fails. Otherwise, we'll return true. Right? Something like this. Okay, that's fine. All right, so this API should be finished now. Or this, whatever it is, user storage, and then we'll export. Actually, we'll just export. Oh no, I can't do it like that, can I? We'll say users equals new user storage. Export users, default users. Like this. Okay. That should be fine for that. And so we have to go back to our controller. So we'll say const users, or import users. And then we should probably put these into, I guess we just define them as different functions. So we'll say const users list get. And then I want these request and response. Okay, so we need an index, then title, user list, users is users. Get all users. Okay. I probably shouldn't call this well, I'll keep it as users. Maybe users data? I don't know. Update the imports. Something like this. Sure. Okay, so then we need an index view. And then that's kind of just this, right? Okay, so for the title, we'll include title. Right? And then an H1 with the title as well. And then what? Unordered list. If locals.users. Fucking hate this syntax, is garbage. And okay. And then we do users dot for each user this fucking syntax is ass. ID. Okay, so we have the ID. Actually, we probably don't need the ID, honestly. We'll just say ID, fine. User.id. And then we'll copy paste this guy down the way here. ID, first name, last name, age, email, bio. Okay, that should be fine. First name, last name, age, email, bio. Last name, age, email, and bio. Okay. That should be good. All right, then I need to put all those closing tags in here. Oh, and then this. I hate the auto indenting of this shit. It's so bad. Whatever. And then add that href. Okay. Whoops. All right, so that's done for the index view. And then the form. Oh, create user. Okay, so that's what this. Oh, maybe. Create user.ejs. Okay. So we have the H1 with the title in it. And then we have our form. That's required. Then we have last name and then submit. So we'll just do all the forms here. First name, last name, age, email, and bio. And the bio I should probably do as a text area. Right. Bio ID. For bio name, ID bio. Okay. Okay, so first name and then last name. Name, last name, ID, last name. Oops. And then age. Type is number. Name is age and ID is age. And then email. Type is email. Name is email. And the ID is email. For bio, and then brief bio. Okay. Nice. And then we do the form validation inside of with the express validator, right? Okay, and then we'll just do another href here. Okay, so that's fine. This is our middleware for this, and we do res.render. Our user, create user. And then the title of create new user. Right? Const users create posts. And then, so we need to, okay, and then, so then now we're going to need to have the rec body. Okay, so then we're going to have to say const new user is user type. And then we're going to say is rec.body. And then we're going to say users data dot add user new user. Although I don't know. Oh, because it needs all the. I see. Okay, so you know what we'll do is we'll say rec dot body dot first name, rec dot body dot last name. Yeah, because we're doing this by different. This is probably not the best way of doing it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, then we have user storage, and then users controller.js. Oh yeah, and then we add this to our. Okay, so we'll say new user validation, and then basic routes to create, to view all users and create new users. Okay. We're gonna do new user validation. Okay, so then we do interesting. So we do another. Okay, so we'll do const alpha error must const length error must be between, or I can just say too long or something. Too long, too many characters. That's too vague. I'll say name length error then. And then so const validate user body first name dot trim. Oh, and then we need to import body here. Dot is alpha dot with message first name alpha error is length min 1 max 10 dot with message first name length error, name length error. No semicolon. Okay, and then we'll do the last name will be very similar. And then there's a comma at the end of this, so I'll do this. And then last name, last name. Okay, so then we can add, I don't know how to check whether email is valid or not. We can find out. Email required must be formatted properly. Okay, so then we'll do body age. So we'll do age between 818 and 120. Okay, so if it's optional, then we don't need to make it required inside of the view. The age is not required. The email is required. And the bio is also optional. And then we'll do age dot trim. Is there an optional? Assuming this. An object of options to customize behavior optional. Marks the fields of the validation chain is optional. Okay, so we'll say that's dot optional dot. We don't probably need to trim it, and then we'll say is between range. What would the body API be? Less than, equals. Where is the API for that? Form or express validator API. Okay, where's the standard validators for body? Body, here we go. Ah, here it is. Okay. So I need to say is between number? No. Is in range, maybe? Oh, I see. Range. I don't know. Is int, is numeric. Is uppercase. Min and max. Oh, is that just what it is? So it's like this. But it wouldn't be is length. It would be is equal, I guess. I don't know. It's not is length. Is numeric, I wonder. No, is octal, is port, is postal code, is order. There's no like is between one thing and another. Int. Oh, int. That's it. No, it's is int, I think. So I'll do isn't min is 18 and max is 120. And then dot width message. And then I'll say const age out of range. Age error must be between 18 and 120. And then I'll do the other ones after the break. Okay, let's take another break here. Sorry, I was like locked in that whole Palmo session. That was crazy. That was a crazy lock-in. But that's just how some streams are, right? So. Anyway, I feel like I'm in kind of like a flow state right now, which is good, I guess. We're gonna do one more Palmo. I don't know if I can finish this in one Palmo. I probably can actually. I'm downloading screenshots of Ticketmaster checkout sessions. Oh, you were downloading. Oh, is that for the that lawsuit thing that you're working on, right? That's cool. Oh, I thought when you said you were working on a script. Wait, so when you say you're working on a script, do you mean like a written script or like a programming script? Service fees are wild. Dude, if you want to see wild ticket prices for anything, the FIFA prices for North America shit. Oh, it's a video presentation. Got you. The FIFA prices are insane. Yo, how's it going, Zachariah? Welcome in. Yeah, no, ticket prices for FIFA are nuts. It's like, I don't know, what was it, like $4,000 or something for a seat at the Toronto location? The Toronto games, which are geographically closest to me, which is crazy. Fair enough. It's because half of my family's European and they give a shit about it, I guess. I don't know. I kind of tangentially follow it. But anyway. And Canada might actually have a good team this year. I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway. Closest I've ever followed sports was when FanDuel was available. Gotcha. You stopped that real quick. Yeah, I am proud to say, actually, I don't know, this is maybe going to sound like arrogant, but I've never once gambled in my life where I was the one that spent the money. Like, I've been given, like, lottery tickets and scratch tickets and all these things, but I've never actually gambled. You plan on learning another programming language anytime soon? Not sure, probably. I think I want to pivot away from, well, not away from it. I shouldn't say this. I want to learn Golang at some point. I don't know if it's any good. I've heard good things about it for backend because I had a buddy in my degree when I was doing my degree last year, and he really loved it for backend stuff. So maybe I'll play around with that at some point. I also want to learn, like, more broadly speaking, innovation. I'm learning Linux currently, kind of, on my own time. I switched off of Windows on my main gaming rig or whatever, my main, like, not my MacBook, my other, like, built computer. So I'm kind of learning Linux. I have another ThinkPad that I want to burn something onto. Not burn it onto it, that's, you know what I mean. I want to put a Linux distribution on it and stuff like this. So I don't know, just tinkering, I guess. But I don't know what, like, other real, like, there's Python, I guess. I already kind of know Python. You're also 2 weeks into daily driving Linux for the first time. I reignited the fun with computers. It's hard to describe. Yeah, I'm 3 days into using Ubuntu. So I'm using Ubuntu only because, and I know a lot of people hate Ubuntu. The only reason I'm using it is because it was easy to install, and I want to get started at an easy point, and I can always transition to a harder distribution later. But I want to kind of learn the basics before I get in too deep with, like, you know, Arch Linux or some bullshit like that. GoWebExamples.com. Got you, Jay. I'll take a look at that right now on my other monitor. Oh, shit. This is cool. We might go through this at some point. You gave me a whole, like, 2 months of stream ideas. Okay, this is cool. All right, I'm going to add this to learning resources. There we go. This is, like, pretty nice. Okay. So let's do that at some point. Yeah, thank you. That was, there we go. Now I can, you know, dip my feet into that. You went with Omarchy, which is Arch in easy mode, basically, so in the same boat. Yeah. Ubuntu is a great way to start. Yeah, I know. I hate, or not hate, I guess. I dislike all of the Linux Puritan people, right? Like, the community is a little bit, like, I don't know, a little toxic in some sense. But no, I'm just with doing Ubuntu just to, like, learn the command line more and, you know, managing my own packages and shit. Like, I'm not relying on the auto updater. I'm using the command line, like sudo apt and all these things. I want to learn Vim kind of eventually as well. So I've been using Vim to, like, create, been screwing around with my batch config and, like, creating a custom prompt. And, like, I also created, there was an interesting issue I ran into where the refresh rate. So my monitor can do up to 160 hertz refresh rate, right? Or is it 180? I think it might be 180. Anyway, and I wanted it to be on 180 when I was using Ubuntu because it's, I wanted to have the fast refresh rate. However, every time I rebooted my system, it would go back to 60. So what I did is I did some Googling and I made a cron job to automatically update the refresh rate on boot, which is cool. So I learned how to do that a little bit. Vim as an editor takes a good while to get used to. I'm still adjusting. Yeah, I know the basics of Vim. Like I can edit files but I don't know the Vim motions at all. I don't know any of the Vim motions, but I can use Vim. Like at a very basic level. Like I can open a file, save a file, close a file, edit a file, but I'm not like super fast with it or anything. Vim is a control scheme, yeah. Oh, dude, someone's drilling something in the fucking wall. I don't know. It's like because there's a maintenance closet like this way in my apartment building, and someone's drilling something. Anyway, you could use Vim motions in VS Code with an extension. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of just like a way of navigating around your code base, right? Yeah, and I also do eventually, like I'm sticking with VS Code for now, but I want to eventually explore other editors as well. Now that I'm, more enlightened, I guess. And I've been learning for longer. Anyway, sorry about that interjection. It was just this drilling was driving me nuts. It's like it sounds like he's drilling right into my wall. Anyway, okay. So we have isn't, and I don't think we need to validate anything else with that, do we? I don't think so. Okay, so then we can do, where is this? So the email is, I think I just do is email. I think is email is the thing. Allow display name. Okay, so I'll literally just do body email and then is email, right? And then bio. And then I need to enforce the length of that. Then maybe alphanumeric. Do we want to enforce alphanumeracy in the bio? Maybe. Golang is fun too. It would probably be my main language if I wasn't so deep into Rust. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna lie. I don't plan on learning Rust anytime soon, only because I don't know. It seems fucking complicated, and I can't be fucked right now to worry about it. But Go seems like kind of like a happy middle ground, I guess. I don't know. I'm not totally opposed to learning Rust like in a couple of years or something when I get really proficient with learning, but I'm still kind of, I would say, a beginner intermediate. So let's do const bio length edit error. And we'll say alpha num error. Bio must be less than 200. Like I actually need to. Why did I put a semicolon here? I need to do bio and then this. Dot is length. I can't blame you. The learning curve in Rust is kind of rough, yeah. I mean, some of the folks in my Discord love Rust. Like Razorblade, my mod loves Rust. He's been using it for some things. I think there's another person as well, but anyway, and you too as well. You code in Rust. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something I'm interested in currently with everything else I have going on. But it does sound interesting. I don't dislike the idea of Rust, I should say. Okay, so this is enough validation, I think. This is all our validation that we have. Validate user. And then we do another users create posts. Oh, we edit the users create post. Okay. Okay, so then with this we need to change. Okay, so we'll edit this. Maybe I should put this down here. Create new user post requests. Sick posts. And then, so users create posts is equal to, okay, so then there's this weird, like, we have to make this a list or some shit. So we have to go like this, and then indent this. I don't know. Not that I use Vimotions, but I do find myself using the arrow keys a lot. Which is kind of like Vimotions in a cursed way. I don't know. Maybe not cursed, I don't know. Okay, so then, oh, and then this sits outside of, oh no, it doesn't. This is all within the middleware function, okay. Okay, so then we validate the user like this. Then we say if there are errors in the form. This is a lot better than just front-end validation. This back-end stuff is a lot more cohesive than the way we were managing it in the front end, like data or form validation. Print them. If not errors dot empty is empty. That's because it's a list. Return res.status 400 dot render create user with title, create user, and then errors as errors dot array. Okay, so, and then we just create our user data as we do. Otherwise, create user and redirect. You find vimadventures.com to be fun. It's a gamified way to learn Vim. It's sick. Maybe we could do some Vim streams. Oh, wait. Oh, Vim dash adventures. Took me to, ooh, this looks interesting. Should we do this on stream? Maybe sometime. I will save it. I will save it to my bookmarks. Okay. So, I need to kill the server first of all. Okay, so there's our post creation. And then, okay, so then we can have this errors here. Oh, and then there was the matched data. And we need that. We need that function as well, the match data. Yeah, we'll do. The age, email, bio is equal to matched data requests. And then we'll just include these. User storage, dot add user first name. Oh, but then it's not. Okay. I don't need to actually put that in as a. Okay, so that should now work. Okay, so then we need this partials. Which are kind of then I'm assuming like added to, and then we put the partial within the create user. So if there are errors defined, I hate this fucking syntax, it sucks. We list out the errors. Function error, I don't know. Why? Okay, this is what I don't understand. And this is why you can tell multiple people wrote these docs. This is a gripe that I have with this specific part. You see how in a lot of these, where are they? A lot of these are arrow functions, right? All these functions are, this is an arrow function, okay? But then here you have the function syntax, like it's the different syntax. Like why? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Why doesn't this work? Oh, because I need to close the thing. Then I need to put this in its own thing, like this, which is stupid. And then I do li, and then I do and then error message, I guess. That should be it. Okay. I hate this. This is so gross. I freaking hate this EJS thing. Okay, it doesn't matter. And then we include that inside of create user. And then where do we put that? Just above the form. Okay. Include partials / errors.ejs, and I feel like I should do it like this. Okay. And then we have an update user as well. What's the difference? Oh, I guess it just. Oh, then we need to. Oh, and then, okay, I have a reference to update user. Okay. So I should probably update the... I should probably update the controller first. Oh, and then I need to create that view. Right. Okay, so we can create the view as well. rec.params.id. String or string as string. Okay. Okay, so let's make that view as well. The update user view. which is going to be this. You've suffered enough. I'll add a link to using Pug with Express. It's a better templating language for Express. I think I'm going to finish this project, Jay, with EJS because it's already set up. Yeah, I appreciate that. I actually read a little bit about that as well. Okay, so title. Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely give it a go. Include partials. And then we have the form updater. So this form should be basically the same shit as this, I think. Pretty well. Except the action's just different. And then the values might be different as well. User.id date. Oh, and then we include the values here. Yeah, okay. You also have handlebars.js, but Pug is more common. Got you. User.firstname. And then I need to include this value for all of these. That's annoying. I actually don't know whether I'll finish this. I could try. And then value is user's bio. Okay, that should be fine. Everything else should be the same. Oh, and we don't have a submit button, do we? We do not. Then we'll do that inside of here as well, but we'll call it update. Okay. I haven't run any of this code, so I don't know if it works, but we'll find out. Okay, and then we need to add an update button next to each user. It's fine. In our index. So under li here. Okay. I'll probably wrap this in a user update link or something. I don't know. Okay. Good. And then we have our users update post and our controller. Which is actually going to be very similar to the users create post, I think. Actually. Probably just lift and shift it. Validate user, request response. User, okay. Const user is equal to user's data dot get user. Rec.params dot id as string. And then what do we need? Return title and then user as user. And then first name, last name, match data request, user start date, update user. with the ID. I think that's good. ID, first name, last name, age, email, bio. And then those may or may not be changed. Okay. Okay, and then let's add a way to delete users as well by starting with another. Oh, and then another. Okay. We can do this here. Let's just copy this. And then we'll put this in our index underneath our. Dude, this sucks so much ass. Okay. Under our li. Or no. This actually does go underneath it. Sorry. And then this form goes under it as well. Just going to trust that this works. User.id.delete, style, display inline. Okay. And then we delete the user. Inside of our storage, not storage, controller. And then we'll do delete user by ID or something. And we'll say you have a nested form. Do I don't think so. This is the index. So this is a form for this is a form to delete users within the index of the users list. Don't mind me. No, it's all good. I hear you. But I appreciate that though. I appreciate you letting me know if I did have that. Okay. So now we'll just do user, or we'll say const delete request users data dot delete user. And then res dot redirect. Okay. And then I guess that's a post. Okay, so then now we need to export all of these. So we need to export them as an object. So we could say users list get users create get users create posts users update get users update post, and then users delete posts. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay, so that should be fine. Now I'm just gonna put these in a nice format. Okay. This syntax got you, that's fair. Let me just see. Okay. Girlfriend's coming home shortly, so I gotta wrap this up. What else do I need? Oh yeah, the controller, not the controller, router's all fucked up. We need to actually do that. We need to hook up all these methods in the router. So we'll just do this. Users controller, which we can actually just do this. Port. Users create posts. What's wrong with this? No overload matches this call. Why? Okay, then let's just update these. Oh wait, no, not that. Copy. It's not gonna let me copy. Users update get. The imports. Yeah, I'm still not sure what's going on with these ones. Last overload gave the following error. Is it because there's a validation chain? Is that the problem? It could be something like that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think we'll debug this later, probably tomorrow. Add a get method and create accepts name or email, create any route to search. Oh, we need to do the search and stuff like this. Okay. Okay, so we'll do the search. We'll do the testing and the search next stream. And this is going to be a bit of a surprise for me when I come back to it, because I'm not going to get back to it until Wednesday, because I mentioned earlier in the stream that I have to take, I haven't used this validation pattern before. That's fair. I have to take tomorrow, I have to reschedule tomorrow's stream to Friday, only because I've got some stuff happening at the apartment that I need to be present for. So that I was not made aware of that until after I released the schedule, so I have to make that change. Not a big deal. So the next stream won't be till Wednesday evening, unfortunately. So 2 days off. But I don't know. What was I gonna say? Implement user creation controllers with validation. Oh shit, that's too long. Includes validation chains. Okay. Good. All right, I think I'm gonna end it there. So anyway, if you like what you see here and you want to follow along on my journey, I really appreciate a subscribe. Join the Discord for more stream updates, and I will see all of you Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll also announce that change to the schedule in the Discord so that everyone's aware. And yeah, so I'll see you in 2 days, or actually I guess kind of 3 days, right? Yeah, I guess I'll see you in 3 days. So yeah, have a good start to your week, and yeah, I'll